Jeff Rose. We're here in Upmarket Stitchers in New Bedford, Massachusetts.
And when did this start? How did it start?
The building or the business?
Both.
The building, I think, is from 1876, the original part of the building. The business is just about 3 years old. But when you own this kind of building, you inherit the heritage that comes with it. So in fact gives us a feeling of authenticity that goes back 150 years.
Right. And what makes this place different than another factory?
We do everything here in a way that we try to achieve the utmost quality in every piece that we make. From the raw materials to the way that we handle them. The Italians have a saying called niente con fretta, which means nothing with haste, and that's the way that we manufacture. Everything is done, nothing leaves until it's the way that we want it to be.
What was your first experience in the fashion business industry?
Well, both of my grandfathers owned factories, and my father worked for both of them, and then he owned the factory when they both retired. And as a young person, my goal was to wear a tie in an office and not work in a factory. And I guess I've owned 4 or 5 factories during my career, and I have always enjoyed factories. I love watching stuff being made, especially if it's cool. And there's something about the entire process that just gives me some sort of feeling of peace. This business came about for a lot of reasons, but certainly one of them was that, you know, when I lost my dad about 6 years ago, it was a tremendous feeling of loss, and having a factory and being in a factory sort of makes me feel closer to his memory. But this is a special factory.
Why is that?
Because of the way we do things. You know, I've been in factories all my life, all around the world, from Asia to Europe, and I don't remember ever seeing one better. I've seen many that are as good, but I've never seen one better than this one. The stuff that we make here is pretty amazing. There's always a lot of blood on the floor for every piece, but it's pretty amazing.
Where do you see articles of style fitting in as sort of, or where do you see the industry going as far as the future of
2 questions. As far as articles of style, to me, it's sort of like a marriage made in heaven, where we at Upmarket Stitchers are the back end, and you guys are the front end. When I first happened upon your website, I looked at it and I immediately said, "This is perfect for us," and that's why I reached out to you guys, just because I looked at it, I saw the creativity behind. And it was more even I didn't even realize where the stuff was being made until I got further into the story, because when I first saw it, I said, "Oh, this is really cool." And then when I saw it was being made, I said, "How can that be cool?" So I was very impressed that you did a really good job in terms of that. And then, the rest is sort of history. I spoke to Will first, who passed me to you, and we couldn't get down to see you fast enough. And when I came out of that conversation, I said, we met our match, because the rest of our business is different, and I'm fascinated. I see, I've been in this industry all of my career, probably all of my life, and it continues to change. But what's most interesting to me is to see people of your generation have the same kind of passion and pride that people of my generation had, which has not existed basically in between. You know, it's cool to have fashion sense today. It's cool to have taste, and it's cool to want to look well. That was kind of looked down on for many different generations, including Gen X. So it's very exciting to me, and you guys do it well. You know, I mean, everybody has their own sense of style and their own sense of taste, but it's gratifying for me to watch the way you put the outfits together, and you know, even some of the colors and some of the textile choices I find very interesting and innovative. So you know, it's like it gives me kind of like a new lease on life. You know, it's sort of like refreshing to see something being, you know, it's taking history and heritage and putting it together in a new way. And in the end, that's what style is all about.
Tell me a little bit about what you said earlier about you were worried that the Stitchers we were going to disrupt the Stitchers, but actually...
Well, yeah. On Monday you did disrupt the Stitchers. You can edit that out. But, you know, on Tuesday I was just concerned that we weren't going to get anything done. We didn't. But having said that, you guys made the clothes come alive. And so afterwards I was saying to myself that they had an opportunity to see what their efforts do, because now it's always like, okay, this is not good, this needs to be fixed, this should be this way, and now they saw why. So, you know, I think in the end, because in order to make good quality, you have to take pride in what you do. And if you don't have pride, you can't do anything. And if you're proud of what you do, then it makes it a lot easier to do it well. So they had a chance to be really proud of their efforts. And I myself, even, you know, watching the shooting and then reading and watching the stories on Instagram, was exciting, you know, really exciting. And at my age, you don't get excited very often. You can edit that out.